Hey guys, it's Shark talking. Well, today's video is a little different. I want to talk about the situation going on with Valkyrie Anatomia right now, and also the situation going on with Star Ocean Anamnesis. The game it's very tied to Valkyrie Anatomia because they share the same developer for the original series, and some people are worrying about the fate of Valkyrie Anatomia because Star Ocean Anamnesis just closed, has information about the close of service. It's the end of service is planned for 3 months from now, and the game will die. They won't be able to be playing the game anymore, and that's why I'm here. I wanted to express some stuff about what's going on with that game and what's going on with our game, and I want to explain some stuff for people that are a little scared with what is happening. But let's first start by topics. The first thing I want to talk about is why Star Ocean version has come to an end, the global version of the game. Well, there's a lot of possible reasons for this, but also it's very strange that Star Ocean Anamnesis has less people talking about the game, even being a very old game right now. There's not many people talking about Star Ocean Anamnesis. The game got not many media coverage. It also didn't had a large player base, but there's some reasons for this to happen, and it's the part of not many people talking about the game is because the marketing team didn't do a lot of things for the game, and also there was some problems with the global version of the game. They kind of removed tried to remove the emulation from the game. People couldn't just use the so popular emulators to play the game, and Star Ocean Anamnesis was a game that consumed a lot of time for people that play the game. I tried to play the game because I love the Star Ocean franchise. I always loved the Star Ocean 2 and 3 till the end of time. These were some of the games I always loved when I was a child, just like Valkyrie Profile. But, well, I didn't have the time to play the game because when I'm in my home, that's the moment I want to play the game. I didn't really want to play every time on manual. So not having the emulator working for me was just a chore to try to make it work, because there was still some ways to make the emulator work even when the developers tried to shut it down. But the all the things that you need to do to make that happen, it was just not viable anymore for me. So I stopped playing Star Ocean Anamnesis after quite some time. I believe it was just only 2 months. Even though I kind of played the Japanese version of the game when it launched on Japan. But just like the Valkyrie Anatomia Japanese version, I dropped the game because it was not an understanding many stuff. I have zero knowledge of Japanese language. So we know that the players can spread this word about the game. When they talk about the game in a positive manner, there's Reddit very know, call it gacha gaming, and Star Ocean Anamnesis was never mentioned in there after quite some time. So you know that the people that like to play gacha games were not talking much about Star Ocean. And this kind of happens with Valkyrie Anatomia as well. We know that a lot of times the Valkyrie Anatomia is mentioned on that Reddit. A lot of people say bad things about the game or something about the problems of Valkyrie Anatomia. I'm not here to defend the game saying it's a perfect game, because it's far from perfect. Just like Star Ocean Anamnesis had his problems, and always a lot of pros. Valkyrie Anatomia has some problems and also a lot of pros. For me, Valkyrie Anatomia is a good game because the pros outweigh the bad. Just for me, because, well, we can play in a lot of different way than most gacha games. Valkyrie Anatomia is heavily based on AP system, and there's a lot of AP bots, and when you have the time, you can just play for quite a long while, for 2 hours. Just it's very grindy, but you can choose the time that you want to play the game. I kind of stopped playing some mobile gacha games that are restricted with time, just like I played Langrisser, but Langrisser kind of wanted me to play the game on specific time, and if I didn't play at that specific time on the day, I will lose something. So Valkyrie Anatomia doesn't have this type of things. They don't have that. They don't want you. They don't force you to play the game on specific times of the day. The problem with Star Ocean, it was just the co-op was just so the core of the game that you had to play with co-op. All the content and playing with the co-op can be exactly played on auto. And if you play on auto, the other players may just get irritated with you because you're just doing not the good stuff, because the EA is not that smart. And that's why you had to manually play the game, and it just felt like an MMO instead of mobile game. And if it's an MAO, they didn't have to just kill the emulation point for people to play. So now let's just get back to. I got some information about Star Ocean Anamnesis. You can check the Facebook of the game. It doesn't have that many likes or shares or even reviews on the game. Valkyrie Anatomia is a game that's very new. We have 4 months on Valkyrie Anatomia, and Star Ocean had 1 whole year of gaming. It even had the commemoration from anniversary, and that is quite a lot for a game. And we have more likes, shares, and more reviews on Valkyrie Anatomia than they had on Star Ocean Anamnesis. And that game is very much costlier to make and keep it rolling than Valkyrie Anatomia. Just for comparison, they had to make a lot of servers, chat rooms, and a lot of things to make co-op work a lot of time. And besides this, they also had English voiceovers for the characters, and all new characters had to do some new voice work, and it was very costly, I can assume. That doesn't happen with Valkyrie Anatomia. We always use the Japanese versions of the voices. While this may still give cost because they may still the voice actors may still charge for the use of the voices on the global version, but I'm pretty sure it's not exactly trying to record everything again and making paying some actors to do this stuff. It's also because they always use the same voice actors from some console games. I'm sure this is costly. So now Square Enix decided to shut down Star Ocean Anamnesis, and the decisions may seem to impact the people that are playing Valkyrie Anatomia. They are a little worried. I saw a lot of people on Facebook and on Reddit saying a little worried about the fate of Valkyrie Anatomia. But first, Valkyrie Anatomia is published by Wonder Planet, and not exactly Square Enix. I'm pretty sure Square Enix just helps with the code, and the marketing decisions and strategies are made by Wonder Planet, as the same thing as the consumer manager, and a lot of different stuff. And when comparing to Star Ocean Anamnesis again, we can see Star Ocean Anamnesis never had global exclusive content. And Valkyrie Anatomia since start was promising some global exclusive content. We had Killing, it's a very good character. Just recently we also got some stuff the Japanese version didn't have. That is the limited skills for characters that didn't have it on Japan, just like the collaboration characters. This is kind of a sign that this collaboration characters may come back in the future because they worry about our reception of these characters. If they are still keep up with the meta because they have limited skills, they are just not here for cash grabs. People will still try to get these characters if they didn't have a chance when the collaboration was going on. So besides this, also we have a beginner login bonus that we give Amelia, and a character of choice, and also 11 ticket different from Japan that never had this chance to get this stuff. And while Star Ocean Anamnesis global version was kind of carbon compiled compared to Japanese version, there was some difference between the two versions, but they were very much similar to this one to each other. But Star Ocean Anamnesis Japanese version was very easy to play for free-to-play players, while the Valkyrie Anatomia version is not exactly like this, because, well, that's a way of marketing the game, the economy of the game, and it's different from each game. And Valkyrie Anatomia, they want the game to... They don't want to give a lot of gems because they, on their mind, they think that most characters are able to clear content. You don't need to have a huge collection of characters because some characters are just enough for you to clear. It's not just, they won't hand to you the whole collection of characters from free. That thing happens. This is business. You have to understand that this is business. And they just don't want to just give everything to the players, because if they give everything to the players, the game will be totally free to play. And how can they gain money from this? You need to remember that this is just something that needs to make money for them to keep running their business. It's business, guys. This is gaming, but it's business. So I just want to say that you don't have to be preoccupied with Valkyrie Anatomia. They are doing this collaboration with Final Fantasy Dimension number 2, and the game is not that well known on the West side. And by just doing this collaboration, they can even further the sales of the Final Fantasy Dimensions. They can use Valkyrie Anatomia as a way to inform other stuff, different from Star Ocean Anamnesis. Also, there's a very important thing that we need to say here, that Star Ocean Anamnesis got a lot of weeks with zero content from the developers. That's never happened to Valkyrie Anatomia. A lot of people also complained that we had a lot of events going on at the same time. This is bad for some people, this is good for other people, this is something that a lot of people crash opinions. And in my opinion, it was a little just over what we needed. But I still prefer to have a lot of events going on than having zero like Star Ocean Anamnesis guys had. So by looking at this pattern, we can see that the game still has a lot of planning for it to prosper. I'm pretty sure the developers want the game to be good, for it to be a success, because Valkyrie Anatomia was a very hard bet for them. It was a very old game to bring to overseas, and they are trying their best to try to make some changes, but they also won't be able to change everything about the core game, because that's how the game was developed. If they change some stuff, they will have to rebalance everything that was designed to the game. And just by rushing events, some content was already unbalanced because of it. So we'll have to be patient with Valkyrie Anatomia, but please just remember, we're not on the same stuff or same thing that happened with Star Ocean Anamnesis. I also have a good thing to say. The past Valhalla Assault, we had some quantity of players. We don't have the exact values, but for the Valhalla Assault number 4, we didn't have less players, we gained some more. So that's by comparing the rankings of all the people that come to Discord and Reddit to tell about their position on the ranking. And so this is why I'm telling you guys that just don't be preoccupied about the game. We are doing good, we may not be doing just like some very popular games, but we can do better. And also we had some information about the community manager from Wonder Planet, and he did specify that the game is safe. So that's why I am telling this. I hope you guys don't be worried about the future of the game. Play the game, be happy, just play for fun. Keep playing this the way that you want. I will keep playing, making videos, but I will be just making another video after this one, trying to explain some things I want to do and some things I really will need to have the help from the community. So that's it, guys. Sorry if I misspelled some words. I'm not as exactly fluent in English. I learned it by myself, and I trying very hard to make it better, because this is my first contact with trying to create content with video. I'm very used to create content with text, but I also want to be able to just get all fronts. Some people like to video content, some people like text content, some people like both. And I have to try to make content for the game to please everyone. And that's what I do. You know that I'm always trying to fix stuff. I try to make a video trying to explain how to fix the past broken version of the game. This was something that a lot of people got desperate, because the developers were not responding about the crashes and about the bugs, but they only base it on Japan, and sometimes the time zones are different, and they can't reply people when they are not online. So that's it, guys. They try to fix the bugs. Well, there was 3 new versions of the app, so you can see that they tried hard. Something like 24 hours, 4 app versions. It's one hell of a problem for a developer. I am myself a newbie developer. I can code some stuff, and I know that releasing 3 app versions of the game on the same day is hell. You can just see that it's hell. Star Ocean players told me that they had some bugs that lasted for weeks, for months. We also have some kind of problematic bugs, some not so to worry about, just like the login place that we get, that we need to click get item, and there's no item because we already claimed it. But it's just a small bug that doesn't really, what can I say, hurt your experience. That's guy. I want to just close the video because I keep talking. Sorry, I'm a very hyperactive type of person. So that's it. I really hope you enjoy this video and this can help you understand the situation. Just don't worry about the future of the game. Keep playing it, and we see each other on the next video. Please subscribe before you leave because I don't like to ask people to subscribe on the start of the video. Okay, bye.